Right now, somewhere in the middle of the ocean, a cargo ship is sailing peacefully, but hidden inside its steel containers isn't just coffee or electronics, it's cocaine. Not a few kilos, not even hundreds. We're talking about shipments worth over $100 million, sometimes up to $1 billion, hidden in plain sight. This isn't rare, it's happening every day, and the scariest part, even the ship's crew often has no idea. But how do drug lords sneak tons of cocaine past the most advanced security systems on Earth? Where did this much cocaine came from? And how far does this network reach? Find out on our channel, The Curious Corner. Cargo ships are the backbone of global trade. Over 90% of goods travel by sea, moving through over 800 major ports around the world. For drug cartels, that's the perfect cover. Cargo ships by design are built for one thing: stealth. With thousands of containers stacked on board, the average inspection is like finding a needle in a haystack. Customs officers check only a small percentage of these containers, giving smugglers the perfect opportunity to hide their illicit goods. Authorities in Europe alone intercepted over 60 tons of cocaine in a single year. But that's just what they caught. Experts believe only 10 to 15% is ever found. The rest, it's already on the streets. In 2019, 20 tons of cocaine were found on a single ship owned by a U.S. bank, worth over $1.3 billion. So where did this much cocaine came from? Most of the cocaine seized on cargo ships originates from South America, particularly the Andean region. Colombia produces 60% of the world's cocaine, while Peru and Bolivia follows closely. These countries grow most of the coca plants, which is the raw material used to make cocaine. They have massive coca-growing regions, often disguised as legal coca for traditional use, but a huge portion goes straight into the black market. As their remote jungles are perfect for hidden labs, armed cartels like Clan del Golfo, Sinaloa, and ELN dominate the production and distribution. Once produced, the cocaine is often smuggled to major port hubs like Guayaquil in Ecuador, Cartagena, and Buenaventura in Colombia, and Callao, Peru. From there, cocaine is secretly placed inside containers without the shipper's knowledge. Cartels bribe port workers to open containers, hide the drugs, then reseal them with fake customs seals. However, it's not that easy. They wait for the right moment, when security is light or cameras are pointed elsewhere. Using fake security badges and uniforms, they blend in easily. They locate the targeted containers, carefully break the seals, and open the doors just enough to stuff the drugs inside. Then they reseal the containers with near-perfect counterfeit customs stickers and locks, which are often made by them, as in most cases, they are the same people who make fake medicines or prescription drugs. To authorities, the container looks untouched, legitimate, and clean. Sometimes they cut hidden compartments inside the container walls, floors, or even inside legitimate cargo. They often time their moves to moments of port congestion when inspections are rushed. The operation is fast, silent, and incredibly hard to detect unless authorities get a specific tip-off. It's a risky game, but with millions of dollars on the line, the cartels are willing to go to extreme lengths to make sure their shipments get through. And even when a shipment is caught, it's often just a small fraction of what's actually being moved across borders. Therefore, it doesn't even affect them much. When the destination arrives, corrupt workers extract the drugs before the container is officially open. Imagine working at a shipping company, completely unaware that your container, filled with bananas, also hides 300 kilos of cocaine behind a false wall. That's the rip-on, rip-off method, and it's nearly undetectable. Their methods are extremely creative. Drugs are concealed in modified machinery, engines, or pipes. Requires an insider on both ends. It's complex but incredibly hard to trace. The cocaine goes from Colombia to Panama, a key stop because it has the Panama Canal in busy ports. Then it's hidden in containers on cargo ships and sent across the Atlantic Ocean to Europe, arriving at ports like Spain, Belgium, or the Netherlands. In the US, Port of Miami, Houston, and New York are common destinations. Some even reach West Africa, where the drugs are rerouted through land borders. In some cases, cartels send a woman or young man along with the container, pretending to be a legitimate shipping employee. Women are often used because they attract less suspicion from customs officers and security teams. Sometimes they travel by plane to the arrival country separately and wait for the container, using fake documents and IDs. In rare, high-stakes cases, a woman might even be hidden inside the container itself, especially in massive loads, to monitor the drugs during the voyage. But that's very dangerous and not common because sea voyages can last weeks. This tactic is part of what authorities call shadow logistics, where the cartels don't just move drugs, but also move people and fake paperwork to make sure the drugs are never left unattended. In 2023 alone, European customs intercepted over 300 tons of cocaine in ports like Antwerp and Rotterdam, but experts say that's only 10% of what actually gets through. Over 40% of Europe's cocaine comes through the port of Antwerp, Belgium. However, none of this would be possible without corruption. From security guards to customs officers, entire networks are sometimes bought out. In Ecuador, over 1,500 port workers have been investigated for ties to drug cartels. In Brazil, scanners have been sabotaged. In Colombia, military convoys are sometimes hijacked from the inside. And let's be real, the cartels are not small groups. These are billion-dollar empires with military-grade weapons and global contacts. From port officials to truck drivers, crane operators, and even inspectors have been caught aiding smugglers. Cartels bribe, blackmail, or threaten port workers to look the other way, or help actively. These operations don't happen without inside help. Cartels invest millions just to pay off the right people at the right ports. Despite the massive scale, agencies are fighting back. International task forces are using AI container scanning, satellite tracking, and dogs trained to sniff out cocaine sealed behind metal. The UN, Interpol, and DEA now collaborate to intercept these ships mid-journey, but it's a race against a system designed to blend in perfectly. So the next time you see a cargo ship on the horizon, just remember, it could be carrying someone's future, someone's addiction, or someone's death. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel, The Curious Corner, for more fascinating content.